Good morning. How are you doing today? Welcome to the Morning Blessings. My name is Tessa-Marie. Today is July 15, 2024, 7:59 Eastern Standard Time. So how are you feeling today? Hi Loretta, good morning. How are you feeling today? Today is a beautiful, hello Dawn. Oh, how I miss you. I didn't see you on the self-care. So hi Georgie, how are you feeling today? It was an amazing weekend. So how are you guys doing? It is a beautiful day. Friends, feeling great. I'm glad to hear that. Guys, we had an amazing self-care Sunday. You guys should have been there. What Yuko did, she interviewed me about my book. So, hi Lisa, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? It is a beautiful day. It's going to be about 33 degrees Celsius today. I was there. Appreciate your discussion if you go on the 5 pillars. Thank you. Yeah, I missed you too, Lisa. I was wondering about you. I almost asked you know who. Almost. I didn't dare go there. So you go talk with me an interview about, hi Peter, good morning, about the book, The 5 Pillars of Prosperity. It was a great interview. We had quite a crowd. And it was really nice. So, Yuko came over Friday around maybe noon. And she spent Friday night. And she went home on Saturday. But before she did, I made my famous everything from the fridge, but the kitchen sink in my, omelette. And I made a big omelette. So it was really different. You just bought the book. Thank you, Lisa. Thank you. If you remember, guys, all I get is a buck or two. Hi, Ryan. Good morning. Did you order your books, Ryan? Because I only get about $1, as you know. They take all of it. It's a choice, but at least, I did it. And somebody said, oh, well, you wrote other books and they did not become bestsellers. And I'm going, I don't. Write because they are bestsellers. I write because I want to. I enjoy. You should see me when I'm writing. Hi, Marina. Hi, Yuko. I feel like my brain is dancing. I don't know. It doesn't maybe show in what I write. And I'm sure you're going to find grammatical mistakes, punctuation, spelling mistakes. And you know what? I still did it. Because even if the music wasn't fine, the person still created the music. And that's what's important. So, yes. Hi, good morning, everybody. So we had a great weekend. Yuko did all kinds of things. She did something with Kylie. We went to the lake to get the leaves to make the grape leaves, the stuffed grape leaves, and we stuffed it with walnuts instead of meat, walnuts and rice, and seasoned it up. And then we did the omelette on Saturday. That was Friday. Was it? I don't even know. That's what we had for dinner. I can't remember. I don't know. And then we had this amazing weekend. We were we were walking. We walked for about 80 minutes on Sunday on the lake, picking leaves and coming and enjoying ourselves. So here we are. So it was a fabulous weekend. We had rain, we had thunder, we had everything, but there was a lot of sunshine. It's hot today in Toronto, and that's not always the case. But the book is out. You can get an ebook, but it's nice to turn the page. I have everything, and every time I'm using my iPad or my phone, I do this. Expecting to turn a page. I am an avid reader. So today, come back here. What I am going to speak with you about is this. Get ready. We saw what it said. The things we need to work on. The things we must work on every day. I couldn't always put it in there. It doesn't always allow you to put everything. But hi Marina, sweetie. There are things we have to work on every day. And sometimes if we work on them every day, that doesn't mean you're doing it as much as it would take you to prepare a meal or to do the laundry. It's nothing as long as that. But everything to give us the feeling that we're okay needs to be worked on every day. It's not something you just shelve. And then all of a sudden you get there and you say, okay, I'm done. But that is not it, because it never stops. As long as you're alive, you have a purpose to do something. As long as you're alive, you can grow, you can develop, you can enhance, you can change. You can inspire. There's so much you can do when you're alive. Doesn't matter how old you are. Remember, or how young you are. Of course, if you're young, they expect you to move the world. Good morning, Azim. Great topic. They want you to move the world. They want you to put things in order when you are younger. Oh, you need to do that. But the voices that are telling us that also need to grow. They need to develop. And if you do not develop, you go stagnant. Stagnant water smells. So choose. So that's why we have things to work on every day. And sometimes we say we are bored. I have nothing to do. Oh, I don't know what to do. All of those things, when there are so many things to work on. The thing is to remember you need to work on them. The thing is to stop and go slow so you can go further. My brother told me yesterday, crawl instead of rushing. That's one of the things he says to himself. I'm going to crawl through this. I need to make sure I get this done. So faith is one of those. And again, when I come to you, and I am speaking about faith, I'm not telling you about a religion or a dogma or a teaching. I'm talking about the faith you have that you are good enough, you're capable, you're healthy, you're strong, you're loved, you can cherish. Faith in whatever it is. Faith in what you desire to do. And you know what? Have the faith that you can walk down the stairs. Why? Don't go there and say because there are people in the world who can. That's not what it is, because it's not about who can and who cannot. It's about what you can do and what you choose to do. So you have to have faith. Faith that, you know what, I am good at what I do. Faith, I can get it done. Faith, I'm doing my best. Believe that you will succeed at whatever. That's another word. So I started with the root because we start with faith. The faith is we can do what we are supposed to do. That's having your faith and belief in yourself. I can do this. I have faith. I can work it out. I can get it done. And that is what is important. So when we lose our faith in ourselves, we lose ourselves. When we lose our faith, we look at the world differently. And it's up to us to choose how we see the world outside of us. We can look at the world and all we can see is doom and gloom. Or we can look at the world in front of us and see opportunities that comes up because of doom and gloom. And then the other spot, so once we look at around us and see the faith in what is going on and we believe, then look inside of us. What do I believe? What is that one thing that I believe that I can keep pushing forward? Because our faith and our belief are like plants. If we do not nurture them, they will not be there. And we will be left to absorb whatever the world throws at us. But if you have the faith and you have the belief, then you're strong. You're standing on two solid feet. And you're really deep into it. And when you are deep into your faith and your belief, and you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't believe in your faith, your religious faith. That's okay. But that should just be the power behind you to push you to believe in your good, in yourself. So your religious faith and your belief is just another thing to make you feel solid. I've got this. I understand that. I can do my best. I will do my best. I will not let go. I'll stay involved in it. So that is what it is. That religion faith is good because some of us have, some of us don't. And that's good too. But if you don't have the religious faith, then you have to make sure you have the faith in your ability, in your community, in yourself, in your family, in your roots. I am made of better stuff. I'm created to be amazing. Somehow when you're sinking and you're almost drowning, that's the time you have to say, shit, I know I can. And if you say it like that, you're putting, energy into it. You're putting vibration into it. And where things work, you have energy. You cannot get, I remember one of the estates my grandfather had, river estate, and it had a mill, and the water from the river ran through it literally, and it spun the wheel. So what did they do? It made it work. So what is going to push you? Your desire, your motivation to succeed. Where is that coming from? It's inside of you. It's not outside of you. And that is what is important. Now, the other one that is important is time out. Time out. As adults, do we know when we should take time out? As adults, do we know when we should stop and say, I need to sit and pray, motivate, meditate, sit down, pray, meditate, think, observe, go in and see what is, where is it? As adults, we need to do that. And sometimes we forget. But we send the children for time out, but we never give ourselves time out. You do not have to be always doing. You are a human being. And if you were created to be a human doing, we would have heard that. But we were born to be a being. Be. If you want to even take it literally, look at the birds and the bees. They don't land and sit there. The butterflies, they go from flower to nectar. They pollinate here, they stop there, they visit here. Sometimes they go so deep. Have you seen a bee go into a trumpet flower? It goes so deep into that trumpet flower because it's like this, right? So it goes in, and sometimes another bee will join. You never see them coming out and fighting and saying, I'm better than you. They both stay in there because there is space. And they drink the nectar. They're being, they're in the moment of being. When last did you do it? I, you, all of us, when last did we just sit and be? In North America and a lot of Eastern Europe, all these places, it is summertime. Europe, North America, summertime. Have you been being, or are you constantly doing? Are you constantly rushing here and rushing there? You must get this done. Stop. Because in all of our rushing, it's only to arrive where we were before and realize we didn't do a thing about it. So we need, as human beings, to be. And that's why I said prayer and meditation. Now, the thing about prayer, in catechism's class, they said prayer is a heart-to-heart talk with God. Okay, so you do not believe in a God, but you can have a conversation with self. Because the God is you inside of you. You can do that. You are created to be the best. If you believe in a God, then you sometimes, those who believe are those that say, I am not worthy to be a God. But you are. You were born in the image and likeness of the God that you worship. So what is wrong with that? You are a God. And as a God, you have the strength to create. How do you do that? You need to go into spending some time in prayer. Prayer might be a conversation with yourself. If you do not, prayer is a conversation with the God that you believe in. Meditate is listening to the thumping of the heart and the sound of the breath going up, in, and out. Like that. And to feel it. Maybe for 10 seconds you're able to do that. Do not neglect it and say, oh my God, Tessa-Marie, I was trying to meditate and I just did 10 seconds. Really? You did 10 seconds. So it's not what you don't do, it's what you did that matters. It's the same thing when we're looking at, getting to heaven, that heaven thing. And I had an experience again, was it yesterday? My sister migrated to Dominica, back to Dominica, and she was talking to me. And she was referring to something that happened with one of our brothers. And I couldn't believe when she said it, what it meant. I was shocked. She said to me, you know what? I was talking to brother, and he said to me, you know, I got a huge contract. And I had decided on the price and worked it out. I'm going to charge these people. Now, my brother and his wife are really, they're born again people now. They weren't born again, but they are. But I felt I was hurting when she said what he said to her. It really hurt me. He said, I had a price. I'm charging them. I spoke to my wife and I told her that's what I'm charging for this big contract. And my wife said to me, do not charge that. Charge this amount. Because if you charge them that amount, God will punish us. And I go, what? I didn't know what that meant. I couldn't get it. I had no words. And it's not often I go, what? The wife told the people a lower price because she's so afraid of being punished that she shortchanged, and he just went ahead of it, and because it would have caused a fight, I'm sure. And he's selling that to his sister. She said, what do you think? I said, nothing. Nothing. I said, because born again, if you are born again, why do they believe that God's job, only job he has, is to punish people? Why? I don't get it. It hurts me. The God I worship, he's not a punishing God. He doesn't punish. We are the one that punish. But can you believe, and she's an educated person, that you are feeling that God, that the only thing God does is punish you. I have a cousin who once said to me, God will be good for me. And I said, I hope he is. And she said, you hope God hurts you? I said, no, you told me God will be good for me. And I said, I hope he's good for me. So punishing, that's why we have to think. Punish is not nice. If I gave my life for you and I paid the price so you have freedom, why will I turn back and punish you? Think, people, think. And read those Bibles and get your own inspiration from it. And if you get this inspiration, then fine. But do not go around telling people God will punish you. She told my sister, if you don't get up at 6 o'clock, it's wrong. But you have to get up when you want to get up. You're an adult. And, when I get to come to those people, you guys know what I do. That's when I pick up my coffee, my tea, my glass, whatever I'm drinking, and I put it to my lip and I don't talk. I really don't talk. So we need to understand prayer and meditation, and the God we worship should not be a punishing God. I will give you all. I paid the price. I came to save Adam's fallen race. They're all over the plane. You're good enough. You've got it. I gave you 1 talent and you didn't use it. Naturally, you're going to lose it. You didn't use it, you will lose it. I gave this one 5. He multiplied it. What happened? He got more. So how come that God is a punishing God? Is that the way to keep you slave to a religion? I wonder. So anyway, the next thing we have to make sure we concentrate on finding is peace. P-E-A-C-E. Peace where we are. And I'm not talking about the peace that you have between the people where you're no longer fighting. That is not the peace I'm talking about. I'm talking that thing that when you are in there and you're just sitting, you feel peaceful. The energy around you is calming. Wherever you are, you could be in a turmoil, caught in a storm, and the energy is amazing. You could be in that storm itself, but you find peace. And that peace comes from letting go. It is as it is, and I cannot make it different. So I'm going to relax in it and let it go. And that's the peace. How do you do that? A practice. A little bit of time. And that's why I said, things we all need, we must work on. We must work on faith every day, belief every day. Keep it fresh, keep it enticing. prayer and meditation every day. And of course, finding peace. I hate the makeup brush. I think I need a new one. It just feels as if I have makeup brush on my face. Peace. Just sit and in the turmoil, when there is a hurricane, when the wind goes back, especially when it's just going in whichever direction it was, it's not moving, it's trapped in the island, and it's just going back and forth. There is a calm. There is a time when it moves north from south and vice versa. There are seconds before it comes back. There are minutes before it comes roaring back. And that is the time you can get out and do something quickly, slam the door, get back in. Maybe just to pick something to eat. So there is always a calming moment. And that's what I'm talking about, peace. Peace, perfect peace. Do not fight. It's not choose. You cannot always crush somebody down. So take the time to find the peace around you. Meditate on peace. Feel the energy of peace. It's calming. It's relaxing. It makes you feel like you are capable of floating. That's what peace is. If you find it, excuse me, and you pull on it, you'll get more of it. But what we must work on does not mean we must work on it every day for 15 hours. I am not asking you to sit in lotus position like a yogi and do these things for hours. I am saying be in the moment, be a human being. Find the peace, let it loose. Have faith in yourself. Have faith sometimes in your family that they will come through, because you know, for the qualities I've instilled in them growing up, no matter what they're experiencing now, I believe the cream will climb to the top. Somehow, when we have the devastation of seeing our children or our nieces, nephews, people we love are crashing and burning, we forget that we have to have the faith that what we instilled in them, the qualities we gave them, will surface. And somehow, some way, they'll get it right. And that is what is important. Thanks, Georgie. I was wondering if you guys will sleep at the wheel today. Nobody's talking to me. Practice being still has been a blessing for me. Yeah. You can use the serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept what I cannot change, the courage to change what I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you know the difference between what you can do and what you cannot do, then guess what? You are in the gap. And when you are in the gap between doing and cannot do, that's when you find peace. That's when you find the way to create. It's being in the gap, finding the space between a war and silence. So this is what it is. And then when we're searching for something, sometimes we find it, sometimes we don't. But let us look at love. When we hear the word love, we always think of love between people, a lover, a sweetheart, the person that, oh, he completes me. And I'm thinking, you're already complete. And sorry, I haven't interacted much getting ready for an appointment, but I'm getting my diamond. Thank you, my dear Dawn. Dawn is my friend that was looking for her friend named Tessa-Marie, and she found me long ago on Facebook. Is it Facebook? I guess so. I don't know. Anyway, what I need you to understand, when you hear the word love, is that love outside of you? He completes me. She is my this. She reminds me of that. They have qualities of my father, then you should marry your father. Qualities of my mom. Well, no wonder you're still looking for that. That's not what I'm talking about. Love begins with you. It begins in loving you. Loving you. And when you love you, you have to believe. You see, we go back to belief. I am good enough. And you have faith in yourself. Faith in yourself. I believe I am good enough. I have qualities in me. So I love me. I love me the way I am. And if you don't, then it's up to you to change it. And can you change it? I realized years ago we were doing it then, but I was looking for you. Thank you. Thank you, Dawn. I'm happy you found me and we got together. Love is the thing that you have to give to yourself. And do not be afraid to say that. Do not be afraid to say that. Somebody said something to me, and I was coaching a young lady, and I said something to her about money. And I said, it's one thing I'm good at. One thing I am really good at. I know that's my superpower. What to do with $1 and how to spend it. And, and that is important. You see, you have to know what you're good at. And do not be afraid to say that. Do not hide your talents and the gifts you were given under a bushel. And you have to, excuse me, love yourself enough to realize I love me. I am good enough. I have these qualities in me that are amazing. I should have drank more water. You should see how much I've drank. I should have had water with me. So the thing about it is we have to love ourselves first. And that love is taking care of ourselves. I love my children. I'll do anything for them. Well, if you will do anything for them, do something that will make them happy. Take care of you. They do not want you to be a martyr. They do not want you to be in pain, constant pain. Every time you're not well, they hurt. Maybe they don't tell you because they're so afraid. So we need to understand that. Make sure we love ourselves sufficiently so that we have the ability to love others. On Thursday at noon, I do something on love, right? It's okay. And sometimes I say you're looking for love, you want a lover, you want a significant other, but you don't love the you. You don't love yourself. I don't understand that. You're looking for something you cannot give to yourself. But you want someone to come along and give it to you and fix you. And you say to me, so and so, husband or wife does not make me happy. That thing about making you happy, they would have to. Nobody can do that. You might get joy in the moment. You might get some happiness in the moment, but they didn't do it. You were receptive. You opened up so you will receive it. So now you have to open up and realize I am worthy to love me, and it does not matter who loves me as long as I love me. You love you by showcasing your talents to yourself. I love how I feel when I do this. I love the feeling I get when I do this. There's so many ways to use the word love without having it to be a sexual thing. But when you say to me, I've been looking for a man or a woman or a lover or whatever, the person to complete me, I normally take a deep breath and I go, what are you missing that person is going to give you? Is it a limb? Is it a kidney? What are they going to give you? An eyeball? What are they going to give you to complete you? And that is when the opening comes through and they go, I never thought of it that way, but we have to. So loving ourselves is not always the love of a relationship with somebody else. It's the relationship with ourselves. And that's where it stands. If you cannot have a relationship with yourself, how fit are you to go out there and have a relationship with somebody else? And you're not selfish. You are not selfish if you say no, not today. And you cannot be afraid when you say no that somebody is telling you you should have said yes and you feel bad about it. No, you don't. You should stop doing that. That shows you don't think you're worthy of love, of manners, of a person disrespecting you. Like when Arita said, what happened? when her brother tossed the money in her lap, and she told him she didn't touch it. She said, "You stop that car and pick that up. Don't do that again." And he looked at her and he said, "Wow, you have changed." "Yes, I have. I will not accept that from anyone." And that is what we have to do. And blaming, sometimes you hate yourself so much that you blame yourself for, whatever. I have people who tell me, Tessa-Marie, my parents divorced and I'm sure it's because of us children. Really? What did you guys do? You cannot do this. You didn't cause them to divorce. You didn't cause them to stop loving each other. You didn't cause them to do anything. They chose their route. And if you believe that, then the rest of your life, you cannot be you, because you're taking blame for something you had absolutely no dealing in. No. And if they allow you to believe that, there's nothing you can do, because again, it's up to them. And if you believe that, you should maybe have a conversation with them and say, you know what, we all believe that it's because of us you guys broke up. And maybe clarity will come. Well, why? But we don't do that. We just go looking for problems for ourselves. And we go, oh, they didn't love us, that's why they broke up. Georgette said that self-love and loving oneself is so valuable. As if you don't have it, and as if you don't have it in your vessel, I think they can't give it fully. No, if you do not have it in you, you can't give it. You can't give from an empty cup. Hello, sister. So Georgette, healthy boundaries. So yes, you have to love yourself first before you decide to hang yourself from the rafters for somebody else. Or before you turn around and say, okay, I am going to make sure everything is perfect for my children and nothing is perfect for me. And then they look at you and they say, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you take care of yourself? Why did you stay in this relationship? So you see, loving yourself is very important. And I purposely brought those to you guys today. And the things we all need to work on is our faith, our belief, some prayer and meditation, peace and love. And guess what? It takes 1 hour to do all 6 of those things in a day if you're willing to put 10 minutes into being faithful to you. I'm strong enough. I've got it. I have Michael Jordan level talent. You're building my faith. I believe in the universe. You believe in a God, whatever. Build that. 10 minutes of prayer. Believe in yourself. I believe I can manage this. The other one, prayer. How is that conversation with God? Is not that. And if you believe that the God you have this conversation, who created you in his image and likeness, and he has only one flipping job, and that is to punish you, then man, you better start again from the beginning and see where you can go. I cannot love you and punish you. And you say that God loves you. He said he died for you, for Adam's fallen race. I paid the price for your freedom. But then I'm going to punish you. They tell you God punishes you so they can keep you trapped, so that you can give to them whatever they desire. Because if you come to me and you pray with me, God will not punish you. And then why do you steal from the people that come to your church? Why? Why do you think because you have these followers, you don't want your pastor to fry, what is it the thing, to fry coach to you? I need a plane. Give me money to buy a plane. And that's what they do. So is that love? Is that how God punishes people? If you don't buy me the plane, you'll be punished. You will give me 10% no matter how much, if you can pay your debt or not, because you'll get more. I have friends that are still waiting to get money to pay off the debt. I have had people who have come to the bank and have nowhere to stay because they are giving it, because there's a promise. If you give 10% of what you have from your gross pay, not even the after tax, the gross pay, you're going to go to heaven, and God will just bless you on this earth, and you don't have money. And why are you at the food bank? And why is your thing, your credit card is overdue? And then when you sit down and have a conversation, you find out there is like $250 every payday going to the church, but you haven't paid your rent. And you have to understand what faith and belief is. And prayer and meditation is not sitting for 30 minutes. 10 minutes of building your faith, 10 minutes believing in your capabilities, 10 minutes of prayer and intercession and listening, 10 minutes of meditation, 10 minutes of resting and capturing that energy of peace. I wasn't choking when I just paused. I was feeling the peace. Just the peace. It's almost like the world will stop because we can't feel it spinning. So can you imagine if we just go with it? And then love. How do I love myself? Do I love myself if I fight with somebody every day? If I'm always at war? So that's why I said sometimes I meet people who really believe in what they believe, their religion and all of that. They have the Bible in one hand and a knife in the other, a gun in the other, a lighter. They're lighting fires everywhere. I don't get it though. If you're going to have what you believe is the Bible that is so good, just hold it and dwell within it. And let peace take you where you need to go. But always fighting. The man in the prison of Zenda said, he jumped into the lake, the moat, as they called it, dark at night. I'm going to live to fight another day. It's not every day you have to fight. Some days you have to walk away and wait. Because it's only in waiting you'll find the peace you're looking for. Simple little. Even as I said last week, we talked about the tortoise and the hare. The rabbit run and then take a nap. And the poor turtle crawl his way right past him to the finish line. Sometimes you need to slow down to go further. Have a wonderful and amazing day. I've seen this said pastor won't even give a ride to someone who gave their last money and was walking. He drove by them, not stopping. You have. I talked about that before. Crazy double standard, isn't it? And people can't pay their bills. That is so common. This lady was talking to me at the bank, and she's going to this church, and the pastor and his wife leaves. She said in this amazing, beautiful car, and she had to run on the side of the place from the church into a snowbank to avoid being hit by the car. He's so focused. And you can pick somebody up and drop them at the closest bus stop. But no. That's what it is. I'm driving. You go to church, right? And some of them are driving out of that parking lot that they're running from the devil. You have to be so careful in a church parking lot these days. I don't know why you go. If you want to drive like you're on the highway, live in the parking lot at the church. But that's just what it is. We do not think and pause in the moment and enjoy the ride. So guys, tomorrow you're going to have a lot of fun with this too. I'm not done with the things we have to work on. So don't be frightened. Come, you'll be surprised. So let me say goodbye to those 4 of you hanging there. Okay, Georgie, Marina, Dawn, and my sister Dawn, and my friend Dawn, and Loretta. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you, Georgie, for interacting and being there. I know Yuko went dancing, so she has to go. So talk to you guys later. Love you. Thank you for an amazing morning. Thank you, Georgie. Have fun. It is going to be warm in your old city. It's not like Florida where you're always hot. So have a great day. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye, everybody.